Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, this is the Saturday edition of Bullet Points. Bullet Points is our show that brings us a little more personality, a little more opinion, but it lets us dive in a little deeper on what the gun controllers are up to. It's a supplement to our 9 p.m. headline show, which we do every single night with the news and analysis on the Second Amendment. But right now, we're going to do a Bullet Points episode on an article around ghost guns, and specifically, my opinion on this is the left has focused so hard on ghost guns, and it's an unobtainable goal, and they're going to fall short in a magnificent way. And that is what we're going to document while it happens. But for now, check out what I'm thinking. Let me know what you guys think, if I'm on the right page here, if you guys agree or not. But let's dive in, because this article is all about ghost guns and why we should ban them. Okay? I know, ghost guns. Boo. All right, let's dive in. Untraceable ghost guns are a threat. It's time we ban them. And so right there, they've set the baseline at ban them. You've even heard Biden say it. You've seen multiple Democratic senators, lawmakers, congressmen, whatever. They're all saying ban ghost guns. But the problem is it's unobtainable. It's impossible because ghost guns don't exist. I know. Boo. Legitimately, they don't exist. So you can't ban something that doesn't exist. Let's dive deeper. Like I said, I want to know what you guys think on this because this is a nuance, but it's important. Laws designed to reduce gun violence have too many loopholes, and now a significant one is getting more worrisome. A rule that allows the proliferation of so-called ghost guns, boo. The ghost gun loophole needs to be closed. Now, first thing I want to draw your attention to, does that last sentence sound familiar? The ghost gun loophole needs to be closed. Let's change that around to trying to jog your memory. The gun show loophole needs to be closed. It's almost like they copied and edited. Because the ghost gun is the new brandable thing, because before, gun shows were the brandable thing, but that failed miserably, so now it's ghost guns. You see what they're doing? They're connecting these dots and just doing plug and play. But this is different than the gun shows, and here's why. We're going to walk in through this, because they're going to run into this. Ghost guns are deadly firearms that purchasers assemble themselves, skirting the federal requirement for serial numbers that U.S. gun manufacturers and importers must comply with. Right off the bat, their definition of a ghost gun is incorrect. They're saying that ghost guns are deadly firearms. Incorrect. What ghost guns are firearms that have been assembled at some point with no centralized government control of a serial number. That is not a more deadly firearm. A firearm that has a serial or does not have a serial is not more deadly or more effective. And that's where it starts to fall apart, because technically what they're attacking here are the kits to build your own firearm. And the reason that you can buy them is because they are not legally considered firearms according to the law. And that's where they're going to fall apart, because these things are not firearms. Therefore, they do not fall under the firearm codes in the United States. If they're not firearms and they could become firearms, where's the line drawn? And that's where they're screwed. And this is why the ATF is starting to go after the frame receiver definition change in the ATF rules that came out in, I think it was May. That's also the most easily defeated one, because it's so ambiguous. And the cohorts do not like ambiguous laws and interpretations. And Congress is the only body that can make law. So the ATF is kind of up against a rock and a hard place on this one. But let's keep going. After they are assembled, again, ghost guns can be passed from one individual to another and from one locale to another without a trace. Convicted felons who can't legally buy ordinary guns can readily purchase ghost guns. That's exactly the same scenario that we've been told is the problem with normal guns, not ghost guns. If it's got a serial or not, we don't have a national registry in the United States. So how are you going to track it from person to person, from locale to locale, as you're saying? It's no different. This is just fear-mongering. Honestly, flat out. Convicted felons who can't legally buy ordinary guns can readily purchase ghost guns. They can also readily purchase normal guns. If your approach here is that ghost guns are the problem because they don't have a serial number, even though they're not firearms, you're going to fall short because it doesn't make sense. There's gaps in this logic. You talk about a loophole and loophole in logic. And here's what the gun controllers are saying, and then we'll tie it all together. This is a nationwide problem. J. Adam Skaggs, Chief Counsel and Policy Director of the Giffords Law Center to Prevent Gun Violence, told us, the entire structure of these companies is designed to facilitate illegal conduct. Really? Facilitate illegal conduct. So not only are they creating something, you know 100% with evidence and proof that they are immediately, their goal in the short term is to violate state law or federal law. You can't prove that. That's actually slander. Just saying. It's not provable. John Feinblatt, we've talked about him a lot, president of Everytown for Gun Safety, has called ghost guns the fastest growing gun safety threat in the country. How so? It's less than 1% of guns that are found. Doesn't make sense. Under current rules, the ATF allows kits that are 80% assembled or less to be sold online and at gun shows without background checks or serial numbers. In March, Illinois Attorney General and other attorneys general called for requiring background checks and serial numbers for those weapons. This is the problem and where it falls apart. That's why I wanted to show you guys these pieces. They're not weapons. They can't have background checks because it would be like having a background check for a pipe or for a car. Anything that could become a deadly weapon is going to have a serial number and a firearm background check on it. No, it's not going to happen. It's not possible. Let's say they change from 80% receivers. Well, if it's 80% done, now it's considered a firearm. Well, guess what? You're just going to start seeing 75% uppers, 75% lowers. The point is, the distinction between a piece of metal, a hunk of metal, and a firearm is 80%, which is why these aren't firearms. Why there's no background check? It's because it could become a firearm. It could also sit in someone's house forever and just be a hunk of metal. The point is, you can't legislate what something can become. You're going to legislate what something is, and this is where they're going to run into trouble. The ghost gun quagmire, I'm just going to start calling it, they're going to run into this. The leftist gun controllers have no avenue of approach to this because you can't ban ghost guns because you can't ban something that doesn't exist. I know, ghost gun, boo. It's not possible. It would be like trying to ban Casper. Got rid of that guy. He could be a scary ghost. But he's not a scary ghost. Oh, wait, he's not a ghost, because ghosts don't exist. That's the whole point. These ghost guns, this is a whole marketing thing. And if you go back, like I said at the beginning of this article, the ghost gun loophole, the gun show loophole, it's almost like they're recycling the same stuff to get more support because they are running dry into the bottom of the barrel. Let me know what you guys think. Do you see the same thing I see on this? And until tonight at our 9 p.m. show, I'm Braden. See you later.